Hi everybody, this is Terry from Sweet Pea Papers, the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group, Junk Journal Tutorials and More Facebook group, and the Junk Journal and Papercrafts Facebook group, the Sweet Pea Papers Ko-fi shop, where you can purchase a lot of the journals and folios that I make in these videos. Now, this is video 3, and I realized that we were in a quandary. We had cut up the pieces to make this, and then I had inked and stamped this part, this first folio, but I hadn't put the rest of it together on film with you, or on camera or video with you yet. So that was a problem. Then I also, you may have noticed that there is a picture of a completed, or what looks like a completed journal, as the in the intro to this video. Now I'm going to reproduce the two tabs so they look the same, but we haven't finished putting it together, so really that was just kind of a fake picture. Also, I realized the way I had done it before, which was these, and I had the magnets on it and everything, remember, is not going to work. I had the wrong, you can't glue the gusseted to the gusseted. You have to glue the gusseted to the plain. So that would have been like this. This would have been like that. And I don't think it would have worked. It makes everything upside down. So what I did was I cut out 2 more manila folders like this. And we are going to attach everything, and then, or not attach everything, but get everything ready to be attached. And then I'm going to take a break and finish all my inking and stuff now that I've got everything the way that we need it. And then we will come back, and in the second half of this video we will do a page or 2, okay? Depending on how long it takes to put this idea together. So we've got folder 1, okay, this was a solid page before, and what I did was I had it wrong, and it needs to be glued along here, and I had it glued a different way, or set up and labeled to be glued a different way, and the pages wouldn't have turned. So what I've done is I've taken the one with the bottom tab, because we want that in the middle. I've cut the back of this first folder in half. I put the magnet on. This is going to be a pocket that goes this way. So we're going to have to paper this first. Before pocket 4. But what I'm going to do is, I'm thinking I might stamp each section a little different, just for variety, because this took forever to do. Okay, so we've got this, and then when you close these back, or this is going to be closed, when you close that back, then this will turn and it opens into the second folio. And I think I'm going to go ahead and add our flip up to this page here. Okay, then we need to decide how we're going to attach this last one See, this is the side with no gussets. This is the side with the lines, the gussets, and you glue that to this. So what I was thinking we could do is we could make a big pocket and maybe put these two in here. Okay. If so, then we would need to cut this back a little bit. Because I would want these to stick out from the top. So then we would want to cut this off to about here. Okay. Then that would glue us to this. Okay, as the two pockets. And then we would open this. And I would like for this to be just one big page. And I labeled these manila folders to make it easier for me to remember as folder 1, 2, and 3. And then I labeled the tops. Okay. So let's do a big something here. Then we will do we'll just do something on these two pages. I'm not sure what. We're not going to cut anything or anything. Maybe I'll use some of the manila folder scraps to make a fancy belly band or something. I'm not sure what we're going to do. And then on the back, I would like to add two, it's not the right scraps. Oh, here they are. Two flaps that open this way. So we could possibly cut this one in half. No, that makes them too narrow. So we'll decide how wide we want these. And I'll cut off the width, the width. And then we'll have to ink that just like we'll have to ink this. Then when I come back before we start the next page, then we will go through and do all of our magnets before we paper anything. We're good at putting everything together before we paper. We just need to remember to glue that pocket down after we paper page 6. So I'm going to make this flap 1. This is going to be flap 2. They will go this way. And they will be, let's see, it's going to be stamped. So let's put them here. They won't be this wide, obviously, but we'll make the width, stamp, stamp, stamp. We'll make the width here. Okay, so let's cut these off. It gives us two nice tab pockets, doesn't it? And two tabbed cards. Put that with the scraps. Okay, so so then we'll have flap 1 and flap 2. And we'll have magnets on there to hold them shut on the back. Okay, so paper first. Get 4 flaps. And then, like I said, we'll think of something to do in here. Think of it as a center spread. Okay. All right. So, like I said, I'm pretty sure we're going to have to print some papers again. But that's okay. So let's get I'll get everything inked and stamped if I can. That's where all my extra magnets went. Okay, so we'll get that, I'll get this all stamped and then glued together, and then we'll be ready to go. And these are going to go on the back. Okay, all right, now I'm going to end this part of the video, and then when we come back we'll start by putting it together. Okay, all right, I'll see you then in just one sec. Okay, here we are back for the second half. It took me 3 days to stamp all this, and I overstamped it. I really did. I got to looking at it, and really this needs more clear area. I'm not very good at stamping. I've never really done a large stamping job before, which isn't to say, you know, I'm not giving excuses or anything. I'm just saying I'm not super duper happy with my stamping job. So I'm going to paper it as if it wasn't stamped. You know, like I'm going to go to the edges so you can see like half of them. Anyway, so we need to, before we put this together, we have to paper this. And no, we can glue this together. We just can't glue this down. Okay, so we can glue that together. And we can glue this together because it's a pocket. Okay. All right, so let's put this puppy together. But as you can see why it took me with my hands this many days to get it done. I had to keep stopping and starting it. As you can see, lumberjack plaid is worse than stays on. I have washed my hands repeatedly. Yeah. So let's get this glued together. We're going to glue this part right here, the first 2 lines, to the same corresponding area here. That's why the stamping starts here and it stops here, because the flap opens over into a pocket. So we're going to glue this on. having the magnets on there is not always a benefit. Okay, so we've got two, and then this opens three. Oh, well, look at that. This glues to this. Yeah, I stamped this whole side and we're not going to see it. How do you like that? Yeah, because it's a pocket. I was very angry when I realized what I had done. I'm going to glue the sides and the bottom. Lumberjack plaid, I think this, I said this before, an uncharted mariner are off the charts for sticking to your fingers. And this is a pocket. We're going to put those two big brown, we're going to put these in here. I'm going to put them both in this way. So that's what we're putting in there. I haven't found a spot for that. You know, I think I know one though, now that I think about it. Yeah. Could put it here and put the light blue. Looks like I still have a little bit of acetate showing. Now you didn't see me put this together because I did it in a live. So you can go over to Rockin' Robin's Creative Corner Facebook group to see how I did this. And you can see there's acetate over the front and the back, and the pictures are on both sides. Oops, and this is upside down. So that's that. So you can go over there and check it out for the next 30 days because Facebook is dumping your videos after 30 days. Not my fault. That's why I'm going to start using YouTube for everything. If I'm doing a live with someone, we're going to use StreamYard and we're going to stream it to YouTube. It's so simple. Yeah, and that's going to be that. Alright, so now we need to paper this before we glue down this pocket. So that's that. Which I didn't, oh, I know I didn't ink it because I got to cut it. Okay, I want this to be in the corner. And this comes over to there. And this is where we glued it, see, right here. What is wrong with my pencil? Weird. Okay, so I just love the way this turned out. A little bit of acetate sticking out right there. There we go. I had this big, beautiful butterfly stamp that if you turned it sideways, it would have covered this, almost this whole thing, and the wing itself, instead of being like the veins or whatever, were flowers. So pretty, and it was the worst stamp. I stamped it like 5 times, and I have a giant stamper, 6x8 stamping pad. Or not pad, but block. Got a big handle on it. It cost me $25, I think it was. 24 something. 20, 24. I think it was 24. Well worth it. Yeah. Oh, this side has more blue on it, though. You would think after all that time it would have taken longer to glue it together. Boy, I had to work it out. It really did. You know, I had to redo folders 2 and 3. I had to recut them and restart them. Actually, I think I can bring it down a little bit. Yeah. I could have made it wider. I could have covered those stamps all together, couldn't I? And I inked the other side. I'll use that for a scrap. Okay, so let's pretend like these stamps aren't there. Oh, I don't want to do that though, because That's still going to make it wider than the other one was. Yeah, about. I think I'm probably going to print this kit out and make a different one. And put up a flip through or something, because I'm not going to be able to do it right now. It's already the, the 4th of June, the 5th of June. And I have to start making my Christmas in July projects. And I still have a design team, something I need to do for Natalie at Line Dot Arrow. Although I unfortunately may not be able to do a project. And I love that black velvet kit too. It's gorgeous. I love me some bugs. No more bug stamps, unless it's on the back of a writing card. If I never see a bug stamp again, I'll be happy. Anyway, I think I'll make one without all the stamping. I just got a little carried away, that's all. There, now you can see a little bit of that color. It's way wider. Uh-oh. Okay. Now we'll glue this. We'll glue it here. Oh, and I meant to do it a side pocket. Gosh darn it. Even had the word pocket written right there. As I'm gluing across it, I see the word pocket. Okay. So that's going to give us a pocket that opens this way. Okay. I think the stamping takes away from the paper. We'll finish this. We'll get her done. I'll do some off camera. And then I really like the idea of the stamping with the bugs marching around. I didn't know my own stamping strength. I didn't know my own stamp. And then on page 3, which is the other side of this, we're going to take a tag, an envelope that didn't quite print out right, but it's big enough that I think we can, see, and then this will just be writing area. I think that we can cover this. Uh-oh, where's the man? Here's 2 little envelopes. This one's a little crooked. Forgot to ink the outside. Kind of looks like I forgot to ink the whole thing. Had a little trouble putting this little guy together. I scored him, and then, okay, there's a little bee. This one has a little beetle. And then this is an envelope. But as you can see, the square is here for the envelope. And the part for the pockets to be folded, but none of the rest. Right? So I'm going to pretend like it's a page, like it's supposed to be like that. And let's see what we can do with it. Because see how big it is? I think, in fact, I know, yeah, I can put this on here. With plenty of room to spare. Okay, let me cut the flap off. So cut this off, cut the flap off. I don't think I really want to do that. I think I want to cut it right here so we can see his antennae. So let's do this. Cut this flap off the side. Cut this off. Up here, let's see what we've got. A great big bee. to put it over this far to cover that magnet, and I can't move the magnet in because the other one is under that paper we just put down. Trying to see how small of a something we might have. It's still way too big. Well, I may have to use a different paper on there than what I thought I could do, but I think what's going to happen is I'm going to have to cut his antenna off, or antennae off, so that I can bring it up far enough that this won't matter. Otherwise, see, there's that empty spot right there. So I'm going to have to cut it off there. Yeah. Yeah, see, I would have made this a little narrower, but I need to cover this magnet up. And then I want to cover the amount of the stamping that I'm covering up on both sides. I think the stamping is taken away from the beautiful papers. Don't be surprised if in video 4 you see a whole new folio. I want to get this done through this video, and that'll give me, today's Wednesday, that'll give me till Saturday. That'll give me till next Tuesday to figure out what to do. Because this will air Saturday, and then I have Sunday, Monday, and then the next one will be Tuesday. This is coming out on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday instead of Monday, Wednesday, Friday, just because of the way it worked out when I got the kit and how long it took me to stamp it. I don't want to talk about that anymore. I'm going to put an acetate belly band on here. And we'll put those 2 little envelopes in it. we're going to have to make acetate everything, pockets, everything, so that we can see the images. What a mess. What the heck happened there? All those little spiderweb glue lines. Wow, I'm going to be able to put both of them in there. Yeah, I just need to wait till the glue dries. Okay. If not, I'll put the one that turned out better in there. I'm pretty sure I can fit both. Okay. All right, well, that's all I have planned for this crazy video. In there. Whoops. Oh, actually, I was going to put this on here, wasn't I? It won't fit in between. Okay, I'll have to find somewhere else to put it. Yeah, and then we'll put these two little guys in here. We've got our pocket. This flips open. We get our writing area here. Put something, one of the pieces of ephemera. Let's put something that's a completely different color on there. Ah. Okay, I'll put him on there. Oh, not on the torn paper part though. Put him over here on the blue part. And then that'll give us our writing area, our pocket. And we'll just make a card for the, a card for the side pocket. Okay, all right, well, we have our work set out for us. And I will see you in video 4, okay? All right, bye-bye.